Hello guys. Today, we're asking Bard AI about the possibility of alien life. It's intriguing to observe how often the response, "there is no evidence," comes up. In fact, I've noticed this response more frequently in comparison to other inquiries, especially the last controversial one that you're all about to witness. I propose that we revisit these questions with ChatGPT. What are your thoughts on this? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Before we delve into the topic, if you happen to be an alien, please show your support by pressing the like button. For now, we're only looking for likes from extraterrestrial beings. Now, on to our first question. When did humanity start believing in alien life?
The belief in alien life has been around for centuries, dating back to the ancient Greeks. The Greek philosopher Democritus, 460 to 370 BC, believed that the universe was infinite and that it was inhabited by an infinite number of worlds, some of which were inhabited by intelligent life. This idea was also shared by the Roman philosopher Lucretius, 99 to 55 BC, in his poem, On the Nature of Things. In the Middle Ages, the belief in alien life was largely suppressed by the Catholic Church, which held that the Earth was the only inhabited world in the universe. However, the idea of extraterrestrial life continued to be discussed by some philosophers and scientists, such as Nicholas of Cusa, 1401 to 1464, and Giordano Bruno, 1548 to 1600. The scientific revolution of the 16th and 17th centuries led to a renewed interest in the possibility of alien life. The astronomer Nicholas Copernicus, 1473 to 1543, showed that the Earth is not the center of the universe, but rather just one of many planets orbiting the Sun. This discovery made it seem more likely that other planets could also be inhabited. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the discovery of new planets and moons in our solar system further increased the belief in alien life. The astronomer William Herschel, 1738 to 1822, even speculated that some of these moons might be inhabited by intelligent beings. The 20th century saw a great leap forward in our understanding of the universe. The discovery of galaxies other than our own, and the realization that the universe is billions of years old, made it seem even more likely that there is alien life out there somewhere. Today, the belief in alien life is widespread among scientists and the general public alike. While there is no definitive proof that alien life exists, the vastness of the universe and the laws of physics make it seem highly likely. We may never know for sure if there is alien life, but the search for it is one of the most exciting and important endeavors in science.
We have launched some space probes into space, right? Could you provide a list of them, specifying only the ones that are still operational in deep space?
Voyager 1 is the farthest human-made object from Earth. It was launched in 1977 and is currently in interstellar space. It is expected to continue operating until at least 2025. Voyager 2 is the second farthest human-made object from Earth. It was also launched in 1977 and is currently exploring the outer solar system. It is expected to continue operating until at least 2030. New Horizons is a spacecraft that flew past Pluto and its moons in 2015. It is now exploring the Kuiper Belt, a region of icy bodies beyond Neptune. It is expected to continue operating until at least 2030. Pioneer 10 was the first spacecraft to fly past Jupiter and Saturn. It is still in space, but its power has been dwindling and it is no longer communicating with Earth. Pioneer 11 was the second spacecraft to fly past Jupiter and Saturn. It is also still in space, but its power has also been dwindling and it is no longer communicating with Earth. These probes are all powered by radioisotope thermoelectric generators, RTGs, which use the heat from the decay of radioactive elements to generate electricity. The RTGs on these probes are expected to last for about 100 years, so they should continue operating for many years to come. However, as they get further away from the Sun, the solar panels on these probes will not be able to generate enough power to keep them running. Eventually, they will all run out of power and stop operating.
So, if we send a space probe into deep space, is there any possibility that it could carry any form of life, such as bacteria or other types of tiny organisms, with it?
Yes, there is a possibility that a space probe could carry any form of life, such as bacteria or other types of tiny organisms, with it. This is because even though space probes are sterilized before launch, it is impossible to guarantee that they are completely free of all living organisms. There are a number of ways that bacteria and other organisms could hitch a ride on a space probe. They could be present on the surface of the probe, in the air inside the probe, or even in the materials used to construct the probe. In fact, there have been a number of cases where bacteria have been found on space probes after they have been launched. For example, in 2002, bacteria were found on the exterior of the European Space Agency's Mars Express spacecraft. And in 2011, bacteria were found on the interior of the NASA's Curiosity rover. The risk of a space probe carrying life to another planet is a serious concern for scientists. If a probe were to carry life to a planet that does not already have life, it could potentially contaminate that planet and disrupt its ecosystem. For this reason, scientists take great care to sterilize space probes before launch. However, it is important to remember that no sterilization process is perfect, and there is always a small risk that a probe could carry life. In addition to the risk of contamination, there is also the possibility that life could evolve on a space probe during its journey through space. This is because the harsh conditions of space can actually be a selective pressure that favors the survival of certain types of organisms. For example, some bacteria have been found to be able to survive in the vacuum of space. And other bacteria have been found to be able to survive being exposed to radiation. If life were to evolve on a space probe, it would be a truly remarkable event. It would mean that life could exist in a wide variety of environments, and that it could potentially spread throughout the universe.
Then, it's possible that we have already spread life in the universe, or alternatively, our origins could be linked to a type of space probe launched for an alien life form millions of years ago?
It is possible that we have already spread life in the universe, or alternatively, our origins could be linked to a type of space probe launched for an alien life form millions of years ago. However, there is no evidence to support either of these claims. The possibility that we have spread life in the universe is based on the fact that we have sent space probes to many different planets and moons. It is possible that some of these probes could have carried life with them, and that this life could have survived and even thrived on these other worlds. However, there is no evidence that this has actually happened. No space probe has ever been found to contain life, and no life has ever been found on any planet or moon that we have visited. The possibility that our origins could be linked to a type of space probe launched by an alien life form millions of years ago is even more speculative. There is no evidence to suggest that alien life exists, let alone that it has visited Earth. However, some scientists believe that the universe is so vast that it is statistically likely that alien life exists somewhere. And if alien life does exist, it is possible that they have visited Earth in the past. If aliens had visited Earth in the past, they could have left behind a space probe that could have carried life. This life could have then evolved into the life that we see on Earth today. However, this is just a hypothesis. There is no evidence to support it. And even if it were true, it would not mean that we are not descended from Earth's own natural processes. It would simply mean that we had a helping hand from our alien friends. Ultimately, the possibility that we have spread life in the universe, or alternatively, our origins could be linked to a type of space probe launched for an alien life form millions of years ago, is a fascinating one. But there is no evidence to support either of these claims.